1, 2, 3, clap. I did a Spanish job song clap. No, I didn't. Oh well. Hi, and welcome to Hey Buddy, Nice Podcast, recorded live in a random hotel room in Scotland. No, that's not Scotland, that's England. That's my friend, Brogan Hastings.
Recorded live from his home in Australia, that's Wayne Giovanazzi.
I'm not your friend?
You are my friend. Did I not say your friend?
You didn't. I specifically said my friend, Brogan Hastings.
Oh, I said it in my head. It must just not come out.
There's a single tear rolling down my cheek. My God, just because a guy says that they hate their friend 5 or 6 times in a day, it just ruins it, ruins the relationship forever.
How many times have you told me you hate me this week?
I told you once in text. I was deadly serious. I've told you once in person. I was deadly serious. Every other time, it's not been so serious. I'll get my own back eventually. One day.
Oh, yeah.
When you put it into perspective that one day, like, Piff is going to come to Australia or something, there we go. That's, yeah.
Which is exactly what I said to you. I was like, we both know this is essentially a workout. This is essentially a workouting.
A workouting, yes, exactly.
Yeah.
100%.
You know? And then Piff will have his tour in Australia eventually, and you'll go on your workouting.
I mean, my concern is with a tour, even when Penn and Teller came to Australia in 2022, they didn't come to Perth. It's not what they do. I got a little bit excited because I enjoy Mumford & Sons, right? You're thinking cheese bags. You're thinking this is Wayne, the person who is into like 2000s, late 90s, early 2000s, mid 2000s new metal music like Korn and Limp Bizkit and System of a Down and things like that. It's like, yes, this is the same person who also likes Mumford & Sons. And I did work with a guy who once told me, once we were talking about music, and he said, yes, many a man has been ruined by Mumford & Sons. Whatever that meant, I really don't know. But I saw that they were touring, and I saw Australia, but they're doing one date in one place in Australia, and it's not Perth. So that is my concern for anybody who comes to Australia. It's not going to be Perth.
Yeah.
I
mean, let's be honest.
I will make Piff come to Perth. Piff has been to Perth. So
I was going to say, you know, you have the in. You can just be like, Perth, just add a couple of Perth dates. Just all shows in Perth. Just
add a couple of Perth dates. I don't know any theaters. I don't have any people on the inside who can book. Yeah, I can't. I've got no pull whatsoever.
Yeah. Yeah.
But speaking of which, I mean, Cheesebags, welcome to part 2 of the big Brogan's Penn and Teller Adventure series. Speaking of pull with people, do you think you've got the pull to say, hey, Penn and Teller, in this UK tour, how come it's not really a UK tour and it's just a London tour or an England tour, and you're not coming to Scotland, Wales, Ireland, or the other place?
Well,
what's the other place?
Not so much pool. Wales, England, Ireland, Scotland.
Got them all.
Best for last. I think I'm now at a point where I would quite happily, teasingly, say to Penn, Glenn, Teller, you know this is an England tour, right?
Yeah, I think they know.
There's no. I think you missed. I think you missed a couple of countries.
Yeah.
I would not have said that before this. I would say it to other people.
Yeah, and
I would never have. And I've said it to several other people, very teasingly, with great love. You know, it's because I know it's not the boys. It's not like the boys specifically said, "Yeah, we're doing a UK tour, but only in England."
Yeah, and let's set the record straight. Neither Penn or Teller are booking dates.
Well, exactly.
It is not on them.
No. So,
Glenn, I'm looking at you, Glenn.
So I can't even be mad at Glenn. I love Glenn. He's such a sweetheart.
Do you think that there's a slight possibility, a chance, any possibility at all that Glenn would ever listen to an episode of Hey Buddy Nice Podcast? Because now I'm scared that there is a possibility that that may happen.
I doubt it.
Okay, yeah, good.
I think it would very much be if Penn or Teller ever came on here.
Yeah, you reckon that's not going to happen? I reckon if we reach out to Glenn, let's reach out. Let's do it now, Glenn. If you are listening, we're throwing out the invitation right now. Are you messaging Glenn?
I don't have Glenn's number.
Oh, okay.
I have Mox.
Shucky is on Twitter. We can message him. Shucky, whatever it is, I forget. We can reach out to Glenn. I mean, it's not the official means, but
yeah, maybe if Mox was on as well, he might listen to it. But just for those episodes, I don't think it's something he would subscribe to, because he doesn't strike me as the kind of person who. I don't even think he listens to PSS. I think he has it on in 1 year.
Yeah, I think I remember Matt saying something like that. He's not even sure if Glenn listens anymore, because otherwise he might be getting an SMS very quickly about what they're talking about at that point in time. Yeah.
I think Glenn listens if they've got something big coming up.
Yeah.
And otherwise he's just like, you do you, boo.
You know, honestly, I think I would rather chat with Mox than Penn and or Teller. It seems like a more fun time.
There are certain topics that I really want. Mox is the greatest ever. I love Mox. I love him to death. I would die for him. I would kill for him.
You've spent a lot more time than I have with Mox. I collectively, a couple of hours is the presence that I've had with Mox, and I agree. I feel like
the total amount of time is worth 36 hours. If that.
36 hours.
So I feel it's a day and a half.
Yep.
So I feel very confident that I could use that Brooklyn Nine-Nine meme. And it's me holding up Mox. Like, I have known Mox for a day and a half, and if anything happens to him, I will kill everyone in this room and then myself.
With Rosa and the puppy, yes, yeah.
Rosa and the puppy.
If anything happens to him, I will kill everyone in this room and then myself. Yes, Rosa is great. I was speaking about Brooklyn Nine-Nine earlier, and like any time that it's mentioned, straight away I get da 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 going through my head, no matter what, every time. Yep. But yeah, all right. Let's get into this. This is the episode as to why Wayne Geo hates 7 billion needles.
Yes.
Oh my God, I just realized something. Your name could just also double as not just the manga 7 billion needles, but Teller's trick needles.
Yeah. I think my nickname for it
is just needles.
Yeah.
You can't be just needles, because that's just like Back to the Future needles, Flea's character, and no.
I think you mentioned that, and I was like, okay, I hate that now.
Oh, okay, yeah.
If we were shortening it, like, because I was thinking the same for Mox. What would, because Mox has a couple of names across different social medias.
Yeah.
But on Instagram it's Soda Brand. Like, that's their handle.
Yes.
And I'm like, so he would be Soda Brand and I would be Needles. But
see, I don't know if anyone really knows my non-Wayne Geo handle.
I do.
Oh, you do, yeah.
You've talked about it before.
Have I? Okay.
Yeah.
What is it?
Cornspiracy.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. You know, it's only on Reddit, really, is what it is.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't going to start a new account. And there's Reddit drama. We're not talking about Reddit drama today. We're talking about Brogan's Big Penn and Teller adventure. I think it's unfair to call it the Big Penn and Teller adventure. It needs to be the Big Penn, Teller and Mox adventure.
Let's be honest, it's the Big Moxie adventure.
Yeah.
With the guest stars.
Yeah.
Glenn, Penn, and Teller. And
I honestly think that is so much better than anything else.
It's amazing. It's truly, truly amazing. Because Mox has essentially adopted me. and I will adopt Mox when he comes to Edinburgh.
Yeah.
But it's so I made sure I got the VIP for the first night. Mostly because I wanted to be like, hi, I'm here every night.
Remember me?
Yeah. Like, hi. And I'm glad I did, because Mox wasn't out with the guys, like with the people. Yeah. So Glenn was kind of like telling, because they were taking them back in groups. And you know, so Mox Mox has been out there every other night. Mox has been organising that. First night it was Glenn.
Oh.
Glenn and Laura. So Mox came in with the boys.
Yeah.
So basically what it was, when we first went in to eat back to the little bar bit, and Glenn was like, just sit down, they'll be there in a minute. Very unorganised.
Yeah.
So, kind of sitting on the couch, and I see Penn come in, and then behind there's Mox, and I'm like, hi, Mox. Mox like, hi. And then came and sat and talked to me for the entire time. Introduced me to Glenn and Laura.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, and the first thing Glenn Alai said to me was, it was quite literally that Mox turned to Glenn and went, this is Brogan. Brogan does the PSS postcards. And he went, hi, draw glasses on Penn.
Was it that sort of attitude? It's like, oh, hi, draw glasses on Penn.
It was pretty much, that's exactly
awesome.
how it was.
And was it or was it not the first time you were meeting Laura?
First time I was meeting Laura. And Laura even said, I'm so sorry I missed you in Vegas. And I was like, I know, I'm sorry for being the bane of your life. And she was like, no, shut up. So we're talking. And I'm quite glad, because I did get to speak to Mox about the whole spelling thing.
Oh, yeah.
The depressive spiral for 3 days. And Mox was like, it's fine. It's like, you were just not having a good day that day. I was like, I really wasn't. No. And nobody checks it. And I was just really sad.
See, remember how I was saying go through a whole document control process? Mm-hmm. I kind of forgot that I exist. So if you ever need a second pair of eyes, I can cast over it.
I think I might start sending them to you before I upload them. Just as a second pair of eyes.
Yeah, simple as that. But I mean, I've that's not necessarily a good thing, because I've used a second pair of eyes for the secret. I think we've kind of mentioned
the secret project.
The secret project, and there was a lot that got picked up by multiple people that I missed. This is before I sent it to anybody for official approval, by the way. So I'm glad that you need it. You need editors. It has to be done.
Yeah. Although I do notice that now, because there's some writing on the newest postcard I done last night, and I was like triple checking. I was like, is this how you spell things? So you spoke to Mox, and this is the first night, you get your poster. It's supposed to be signed by Penn and Teller. Teller left.
Oh,
Teller left before I got a chance to speak. I was like, Teller, no.
Okay, at this point, had you seen Teller, like, face to face in the room?
Had I seen him or had I spoken to him?
Both, either.
Seen him, he'd sat quite close to me to talk to some people.
Okay.
Had not spoken to him directly.
Yep. But
I have not had a conversation with Teller yet.
Do you think at this stage he has full recollection of who you are?
No.
Oh, no.
I genuinely don't think, because the reason I think that is because last night we were outside the Apollo, and so Penn comes out first, and he's talking to folk and saying stuff, and then Teller comes out, and I'm starting to decide, because I'm holding stuff for Penn, and I'm like, hi, Teller, and he's kind of like, I don't know if he was just very confused in general, or if he was like looking for Penn, but he was just like,
oh no. What's going on?
Very
What's going on?
Old man.
Where am I right
old
now?
Man look, pretty much. In his little gym shorts and his Psycho Bunny t-shirt.
I just had a 12-minute shower.
Pretty much. It's like he is just the cutest. But there was like no sense of recollection, and I don't know if it's because he was just so shattered after the show.
Yeah.
And he was kind of like building up to...
It could go the other way. I think there could just be a level of familiarity that he doesn't have to say anything.
Pretty much. And I think there was a part of him that was thinking, do I have to put the mask on for this person? Do they want something from me? Yeah, no, that's fine. I can walk away.
Exactly.
So
I'm going to give that, I'm going to say benefit of the doubt. I'm going to say it's,
yeah. Yep. And I mean, I know he's seen me sitting with Mox.
Exactly. So there you go.
So he knows that, I'm not just some weirdo rando.
Yes. So So Mox's uncle, Mox's no godfather,
non-godfather,
knows who you are. It's like Penn knows who you are. Yep, that's just Mox's friend.
Penn does actually know who I am now.
Oh, absolutely. I don't doubt that for a second.
Which is so cute. Because I think for every time I've met Penn up until Thursday, Penn did not recognise me.
Yeah.
And now Penn recognises me and knows my name.
He's seen you enough times. He probably knows the haircut, knows... How often are you wearing that green hoodie?
Not often. Okay. I wear something different every night.
Penn and Teller merch. Yeah.
I did wear my Penn and Teller hoodie last night. I'll wear the tour one tonight.
You've got the accent, you've got the haircut, and you're next to Mox. So it's...
Pretty much.
I think there's enough signs there for him to know who you are.
Yeah. Yeah. So that was cool. Tuesday, I didn't catch them. Oh, Tuesday I did, because that was the first night. Wednesday I didn't. Thursday. So I'd been speaking to Mox on Tuesday and was like, we'll go to the Who Museum. I'll take you. That's fine. I was like, we'll have to book it in advance. So when do you want to go? And he's like, I want to go as early as possible and I want to stay for as long as possible. Yeah. I was like, okay, it's a half-hour slot.
What? You can only be in there for a half hour?
Well.
Yeah. I just remembered there's an asterisk on this.
It's a tiny room.
Oh,
it's a tiny room.
All right.
It's like half an hour is generous.
Is it sanctioned by the BBC, or is this just someone who's like set up something in their like basement saying, this is the Who Museum?
No, they have official Who props. They work with the BBC for stuff. So particularly one of the props is, so this is for the real Doctor Who nerds out there. One of the props they have is from like the 60s. So you're talking like first, second Doctor.
Is it in colour or is it in black and white?
Dress is in colour, but I don't know about the episode.
Yeah.
I can't remember what episode they were talking about. But it's so old it's falling apart.
Yeah.
But when they were doing the revival for the episode The Girl in the Fireplace, which is the Madame de Pompadour one for anybody who knows, they wanted to use that dress.
Ooh.
And they were like, you physically can't because it's falling apart. What we can do is we can give it to you. We've been trying to get it repaired for ages, so we can give it to you to, stitch up and, use it as a template, which is what they did. So they do work in conjunction with the BBC a lot.
I thought,
which is really cool.
I feel like it's the kind of thing where it needs to be recreated rather than actually used. I don't remember what it was. I was watching something, but the way that costumes had to be stored in this acid between acid-free paper and in this humidity controlled room, basically a humidor, and It makes me think of when I went to at the Brooklyn Museum in 2018, the David Bowie exhibit, and so many of his outfits, and including the one for Earthling. Earthling's the one where he's wearing the big Union Jack coat, and I hadn't really, because I've only seen like the album cover on my phone, so a small picture in that. But seeing it there, it's like full of holes and like tattered, and like, wow, that's crazy. It's just falling apart. But then I took a closer look at the picture of the album cover, and that's just what it looks like. So I'm assuming that is not the case with this dress. The dress was not meant to look tattered and terrible. It was legitimately falling apart. Okay,
it was legitimately falling apart.
Okay.
And they had, it's funny to see, because there's always the jokes about Doctor Who props being made of like tinfoil and cardboard, shite. And there is one prop that he pointed at.
Early days, it would have to be, because it wouldn't have been a big budget thing.
Yeah, like to the point that he pointed to one that he had on occasion and went, that was used on screen. How crap is that? And we're like, yeah, that's crap. But it was really
a tinfoil ball with an antenna sticking out of it.
Yeah. But the point, so I'm kind of skipping ahead a little bit. So, I spoke to Mox about that. I booked the date. I was like, okay, so we'll go on Thursday and the time is booked for 12:15. He's like, cool, that's fine. That's why I never went on Wednesday, because Mox wasn't actually feeling well. Mox was still jet lagged.
Yeah.
I was like, don't worry about it, dude. So
Been there, done that.
Oh, I was like, you're speaking to somebody who desperately knows what you're feeling.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, no, you get rested up and we'll have a geek day on Thursday. So he was like, okay, send me the address. So I had to this place is like an hour away, an hour and 15 minutes drive from the hotel. So I have to leave early.
Yeah.
So I'm in the car and I get a text from Mox that says, is there any chance that we can move the time because I want to bring my dad? And I'm like, I want you to bring your dad.
Hang on, I've got a question. I just got one question. So Moxie Gillette. Who's Moxie Gillette's dad again?
Moxie Gillette's father is some guy with a weird name. I don't know.
It's like Penn. Penn. That's it.
Yeah.
I remember now. Fucking hate you.
So Mox texted me saying my dad can come, but he's asking if the appointment can be moved to later. Is that possible? I was like, should be no problem at all. Of course, I will phone them.
The appointment. Hello, yes, I'm here for my Doctor Who appointment. I'm here for my doctor's appointment. Oh my God, it works out perfectly. Appointment is the correct terminology. I rescind everything I just said.
So I was like, cool, when are you thinking? It's just like, what are the next times available? I was like, the slots are about every 15 minutes. So, next one will be about 12. I'm fine for whenever though. So, okay, we'll go for 12:15 then. Cool, that's fine. So I phoned them up in the taxi and they're like, oh yeah, we're fully booked. We can't move it. Bearing at this point, I've just, the booking name is under Hastings. Mm-hmm. I'm like, one of the party can't make it. Is there any chance we can move it? And they're like, no. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So I need to know what happens. Just let me finish the story.
I need to know what happens. I'm not doing a Paul Mattingly. I'm not kicking this dick. I'm sorry. I'm not doing a Godot. I'm not kicking this dick in the story. Look, I'm so excited to know what happens. I need to know what happens.
So I text Mox and I'm like, bad news. They can't move the slot. They're completely full. We could show up later and try, but I don't know if we'd be able to get in. The shop is definitely open, so we can definitely do that. I'm happy to do whatever you guys want. Essentially, bring your dad. Your dad will love this.
Yeah.
It's like, let's just do the shop then because I really want my dad to come. And I'm like,
because
this is cute as shit.
Preface this as well. Both Penn and Mox have been watching Doctor Who together.
Yes.
So
and
they're invested in the show.
Penn is not just watching it because, as in, oh, my kid's watching it, I'm watching it with my kid. Penn genuinely likes it.
Yeah.
Penn is genuinely a Doctor Who fan, which is the cutest fucking thing.
I believe they are referred to as Whovians.
I know. I don't think he's quite on that. I don't think he's quite Whovian level, but he's definitely a Doctor Who fan, which is very, very cute. So Mox is like, let's just do the shop then because I want Dad to come. We'll be there about 12:15. Like, cool, sounds good to me. I'm going to be there an hour ahead of time. So I'm sitting there and it's absolutely fucking roasting.
Oh.
So I'm sitting there on a bench.
I saw you tweeting about this, complaining about the heat. Tell me, what is the temperature at this point in time? Like when you were there, what is the temperature?
I don't know what the temperature is right now, but I can tell you when I was sitting there waiting on Penn and Moxie, 79 degrees in American.
Okay, so
and it was 72 in Vegas.
So 79 in Fahrenheit. It's not working. What'd you say it was, 79?
Yeah.
Convert 79 Fahrenheit to Celsius. It's thinking. This
is not worth it.
Oh my God, that's 26 degrees Celsius. That is a lovely day. 26 degrees is a lovely day.
I'd be honest, it felt, it feels worse God. Because even Penn said, damn, it's hot out here.
The humidity.
The humidity fucks it. So I was like, I feel better if the Vegas people are saying it's hot.
26.
So yes, I'm sitting there on a bench in the direct sunlight, drinking a Monster, listening to Sun Ra. Like, I'm sitting in front of a Doctor Who store waiting for Penn Jillette to show up and Moxie. Yeah, you with the fucking tattoo. What do you want? You're never going to get to the end of the story if you keep interrupting me.
Two questions. First question, what type of monster was it? Was it the white sugar-free?
It was the white sugar-free.
Okay. Second question, are you only listening to Sun Ra because of Penn Jillette? I
was listening to Sun Ra because of Penn Jillette.
Cool. Continue.
So I was sitting there and I'm aware of somebody running towards me. and it's Mox. Now I had Mox's birthday present and stuff, everything. So I'm like, there you go, happy birthday, happy graduation. You're 18. Penn gets out the taxi and is right in the door.
He's like, fuck this shit, I'm going inside.
For context, there's the Doctor Who shop there. The bench I'm sitting on isn't actually sitting in front of the Doctor Who shop. It's a long slight lane in front of the carpet shop next door.
The carpet shop? Did Penn go into the carpet shop?
Penn did not go into the carpet shop. But so he goes right, he like walks right in. And, you know, so we're like, he's a man on a mission. So we're walking behind him. Mm-hmm. These people are so excited. Like, you're Penn Jillette.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it honestly never occurred to me to say the person who's going to be late is Penn Jillette.
That's what I was going to ask. Like, did you not say, well, I'm going to be arriving with, you may have heard of him, Penn Jillette. He's currently touring your fine country right now.
I didn't. So it never occurred to me originally to say this. And I didn't want to be like,
yeah.
After I'd already said, and they'd said no, I didn't want to be like, oh, it's Penn Jillette I'm bringing. Does that make a difference? You know? I was like, look, if they turn Penn away after seeing him, then you know, there was nothing that they were going to do anyway.
Yeah, you were getting in with, it was going to happen no matter what, with or without a doctor's appointment.
Yeah. This museum, like I say, it's a small room in the back, so it's not huge. But to get into this room, you have to go through a big TARDIS prop, and there's a picture of Penn and Moxie sticking their heads out, and there's a picture of Penn and Moxie with me sticking their heads out. Penn is so cute. Cute. And he knows a lot. Like, he was talking to the guy about the fact that there's a lot of lost episodes of Doctor Who because of the way the BBC was back then. They didn't know that people were going to want to watch it in the future, so they didn't save a lot of the episodes.
Yeah.
Because they had to reuse the tape.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was so Penn was like, there's lost episodes? It's like, yeah, we're getting it. And Penn was like, oh, like, you know, with music when they're getting it from the BBC archives. And it's like, yeah. So they were really bonding over that. That was cute. It was just very sweet. Mox was so excited going round and pointing out everything.
Yeah.
And Mox and I wandered around, like, buying stuff. Like, I want a t-shirt.
In Vegas, after the bucket show, when we first met Mox, outside of bonding over Edinburgh Fringe, it was a good portion of Doctor Who talk.
There was about 45 minutes of Doctor Who talk.
Yeah.
I think Penn came up and walked away about 3 times. And I think 2 of those we were talking about Doctor Who.
Yeah.
So that was awesome.
Do you know what's really good about this? I feel like this is a rather rare experience because famously Penn says that when he goes on tour anywhere, he doesn't go anywhere. He stays in the hotel room. He does not go out to places.
That is not the case here. This tour has not been the case. He's been quite a few places.
Really?
Yeah. And I don't know if it's because it's London that is, and he's like been saving this up for 3 years. He's
also with Mox as well, I guess.
He's with Mox, yeah. So it's probably like Wolverhampton and stuff. He probably didn't go out anywhere, but he's got Mox. So, you know, we'll go out separate. And Penn's like, so where are you guys going next? I was like, well, I was going to take Mox to Forbidden Planet. I was like, oh, cool. And he looks at me and goes, do you know London? I was like, a little bit. Why? He's like, because I'm thinking about meeting a friend of mine in Soho. Where's that? And I'm like, it's back the way we came. So I'm looking it up and I'm like, right, Soho is near Forbidden Planet. It's walking distance to Forbidden Planet.
Perfect.
So Pam's like, oh, cool, I'll get us an Uber then. So that's fine. So while we're waiting, Pam's like, I could really do with a coffee or something. It's like, well, there's a Tesco right behind us.
You told me that you wanted to get Penn a turmeric latte. Did this happen?
No.
Oh.
There were no black sheep coffees anywhere near.
God damn it.
So we're like, there's a Tesco behind us. We'll go and get you stuff. Give us a minute. So we ended up getting sparkling water. But it's sweet. So Penn's sitting on the bench I was on before, and we go out, go to the Tesco. As we're crossing the road, I say to Mox, I was like, your dad is so cool. And I don't know what to say to him without embarrassing myself. And he goes, welcome to my life.
With like people that Mox knows.
Mox is just like, yeah, I don't know what to say to him either. He's
really?
so cool.
Wow.
Their relationship is the cutest fucking thing I've ever seen in my fucking life. They are adorable.
I have to say, when we were in Vegas in the monkey room, and I made the specific choice to not sit next to Penn and give up that seat and fuck off. I think him and Tommy Todd are probably the only people where I felt like I first meeting, I don't think I can just talk to them as a person. Whereas everyone else that I've met of status, I feel like it's easy. I'll just fucking talk. I don't care.
You'll try.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I don't give a crap who you are, because sometimes they know who I am. Sometimes it's happened on occasion, but then other times it's like they're just people. But then there's some people where it's very hard to do that with. Yeah,
it's very hard. So we're getting his water and stuff, and we're sitting there, and Penn gets in the back. I don't know why Penn rides in the back of an Uber, but he does.
I know why. Because in America, people don't ride in the front seat typically of a taxi, etc.
Oh, well, there you go. I assumed to be because he's got the big long legs, but no.
So you would expect that would be the front seat. The big guy should be in the front seat.
That's what I'm saying. I fully expected him to sit in the front seat, but no. Mock sat in the front, and I sat in the back with Penn. I sat next to Penn for an entire Uber ride.
Okay, when you messaged me this and you said you were sat next to Penn in the back of an Uber right now, this is so fucking weird. I just pictured so Penn on the left, you in the middle, Mox on the right. So there was a space between you at least. So you weren't sardined in. Okay.
We weren't sardined in, thank goodness.
I do like the sardined in picture better, and I'm going to draw that now of you, just the three of you in the sardine tin.
Yeah. So, but it was quite good because we were chatting about stuff like Penn was asking about, he's like, how is it listening to Hey Scoops now that Paul's in Pittsburgh?
Wow, that's an interesting question.
Yeah, and I'm like, I was like, they're getting there. I was like, there's still, technical issues sometimes.
Yeah.
It's always better with Paul and thing. Oh, and he was asking about comics as well, because obviously I'd said, he's like, where is it you're going? It's like, going to Forbidden Planet. It's a comic geek shop. He's like, so you like comics then? I was like, oh yeah. Like, what kind of things?
Does Brogan middle name Hastings like comics?
I know. And he's like, so what kind of things do you read? And I was like, I don't know how to play the stuff I read because it's a lot of indie stuff.
Repeat that sentence. It went a bit dodgy.
I don't know how to explain what I read because I don't think he would recognize it, like none of the names. It's not like I pick up Spider-Man. It's not like I pick up anything.
You know what you should have done? You should have been like, well, my favorite comic is that Deadpool Spider-Man, written by Penn, which you're holding up right now. Oh, I love, by this guy, Neil Gaiman, I think his name is. I think he's friends with some magician. Sandman, I think is what it is. You could have done that.
I probably could have, but I was, again, too nervous. And I was like, I just read a lot of stuff, a lot of weird stuff. He's like, so you've got a lot of comics? I was like, yes. I was like, I stole a lot
from Paul.
Oh no, I think I actually said first, I was like, I pretty much ask Paul Mattingly what I should read.
Yeah.
And go from there. And he's like, yep, Paul Mattingly knows.
Yeah.
Paul Mattingly knows.
So that Deadpool Spider-Man that you just held up, that's a graded copy, is it?
No.
Or is it? Okay.
I'm getting it. It's just an protector.
It's just a what?
A comic protector. So it's just like a hard plastic sleeve.
Now, did you already have this?
No.
Really? You didn't already have it? What the fuck is that? That's in the back of it. God damn it. Where'd you get that from? Did you already have it? What's going on?
Okay, so I'd ordered the comic. I had the comic before I went to Vegas.
Okay.
I had that. That's I bought that early. That's a promo for Macbeth.
Okay, because I've never seen that until I saw you either showed me it or you posted it or something. I'd never seen it before that.
Yeah, it's the Macbeth poster.
Oh, please stop bending it. Or are you just opening it?
I know, I'm just opening it out.
It's fine.
But I want Teller. I love that picture of Teller. I want Teller to sign it. And I'm getting Penn and Teller to sign the comic as well. So we're talking about that, and Penn goes, "Oh, did you happen to steal the number 12 Batman? You know, the first appearance of Batman, the number 12 Detective Comics, the first appearance of Batman." And I'm like, "You have comic knowledge."
Why does he know that? Why?
Because a friend of his showed him it.
Of course.
But he was so proud he knew.
Yeah, that's good.
And he joked. He brought it up again later, and me and him were joking about it. And I'm like, "That's so cute."
You don't like at this early stages of a relationship, you don't necessarily need to have things to say, because he's gonna do some of the heavy lifting and it's just gonna make it easier. You are in the early days of a fucking Matt Donnelly position right now, like fucking Penn and Teller tell a lie sort of thing, where except for in this strange analogy, Mox is Sarah Lowe. And you're Matt Donnelly.
You are going to hate me so much more when you hear where this story goes, where this day goes.
Fuck you.
Okay, so I
already know some aspects of where this is going, and I have questions. So continue.
So we drop Penn off. And we go.
So he didn't go to Forbidden Planet with you.
He did not. He was spared.
So you did not have to apologize in the same way of having Chris and I in a comic book store.
Yeah.
Okay.
And to make things easier, I'd actually gone to Forbidden Planet to scout it out, location-wise, the day before.
Oh, fucking hell.
Went through the comics, got a pile, and said, "I'm coming back with my friend tomorrow. Can you keep this behind the till for me?" And they were like, "Sure."
Oh my god! Hey, at least you don't have weight limits going back on Choo Choo Train.
Exactly.
As opposed to an airplane.
It sounds like I got a whole load of stuff. I didn't. I think there was maybe 5 comics.
Yeah, that's all right.
5 comics and 2 grab bags, which is nothing.
They were not in those plastic sleeves with backing boards, were they? Like they do in America and in Australia.
I know, it's disgusting.
How fucking dare they? London and UK. Get your shit together. Get your comic shit together. I'm calling you out now. Do it.
So Mox and I went to Forbidden Planet to look at geek stuff, and Mox was so excited to see Cuphead stuff.
Oh yeah,
everything like that, because he got a Switch. He's been playing Cuphead.
I was going to say, do you know if Mox is a gamer?
Not a huge gamer, but Mox does play video games, and like I say, specifically, he's got his Switch, he's got Cuphead, that kind of thing.
Because I believe it's known that Z is, because Zoltan
Z is a huge gamer.
Yeah, does Twitch streaming, and I would love to find out what Zoltan's Twitch handle is, just to drop in.
I want to see how good he is.
Yeah, that's what it is. That is exactly what it is, and to know what games they're playing. That's all.
Yeah.
Oh, so we'll talk about it later.
Yeah, so we got some stuff in there, and I'm very much. It was so nice because so there's kind of the geek stuff, figures and stuff upstairs, and downstairs is the comics, manga, books, that kind of thing. Mm-hmm. So we're walking around, and Mox is like, "Oh, I've read this series, I've read," and it kept trying to stop, and I'm like, "Mox, you can info dump on me."
Yeah.
That's the whole point. This is a geek day. Just tell me everything about it. I might not buy it today, but I'm going to keep that in here.
Yeah, you'll know that it's a potential future purchase. Exactly.
So that was really cute, and I'm very much of the school of treat yourself. So
yes, we are aware that Brogan Hastings is of the school of treat yourself.
Yeah. So there was we get up to the till, and there's some stuff behind the till that Mox goes, "Oh, I didn't see that," and I went. Just leaned over, but treat yourself. Anyway, I'm a treat myself. I got up to the couch, and was like, "Can I see that and that, please?"
Oh gosh.
So that was cool. And then we go outside, and we're like, "What we're gonna do now?" Is I'm kind of hungry. I could eat. So,
so
then get some phone.
Okay, no, go on. This may be making a dream of mine come true.
Mox, messages Penn.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't realise Mox was messaging Penn at the time. And then phones in, it's like, oh yeah, we can do that. Brogan doesn't eat meat either, so we'll just do that. We'll be there. And like it says to me, it's like Hobson's fish and chips. I was like, I will find it. We will get there.
Oh, I'm so glad that Penn was there. I'm so glad.
And I was like, it's within walking distance. We will be there in 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, cool. So it's like, oh yeah, my dad's going to be. I was like, oh, it was your dad. I was like, I didn't realize. Or no, I think it clicked. When it was like, and I can show you all the stuff that we bought at the geek shop.
Yeah. The geek shop.
So, I know.
That's all they should be called. I have a theory that shops should only be called based on what they do, either products or services. So either comic shop, geek shop, box shop, post shop. That's it. Coffee shop. None of this Starbucks and Samba latte bullshit.
No brands.
Yeah, that's it. No brands. Exactly.
So we go there and we're like looking at where this place is. Like it's like in a wee sort of side street bit, so you can't really see it at first. So we're like looking around. It's like it's supposed to be around here somewhere. And Mox is like, we should look for my dad. We should maybe see him. I was like, oh, there he is.
Yeah, because like not hard to miss.
We managed to miss him for like a good couple of minutes. But no, he's sitting there in direct sunlight, and we're like, we'll move tables later.
Dying in this 26-degree heat.
Yeah. So it's Mox and I on one side of the table, Penn's on the other side opposite Moxie, and your Mox is like bringing all this. Oh no, hold up the menu, and Penn's like, "Are you a vegan too?" I was like, "Kind of."
Yeah.
And he like excitedly reaches over and taps my menu to say vegan fish and chips.
Yeah, yeah. This is what I saw on Twitter.
I was like, okay, strange question for you. Does it taste like fish? Yeah. And he went, I was like, because even when I ate meat, I was like, I didn't like the taste of fish. And he went,
fuck fish.
It tastes battered and deep fried. And I was like, I can deal with that.
Yeah.
It was some banana plant thing.
Plantain?
I was like, possibly. It was literally called banana plant on the menu.
Because I like me some plantain.
I will say this. I was like, you know what, Pendulette recommended it. At the very least, if I don't like it, there's chips. You know.
I would have, no matter if I didn't like it, even if I didn't like it, if Pendulette said to get it, I would scoff that shit down. Because the first time I stayed over my friend Shandog's place, his parents were like, his mum was like, you want to stay over for dinner? I'm like, absolutely. They cooked fish and I ate that shit because I had to. I would have done the same thing there.
Yeah. I don't know if I could, because bear in mind, I don't want to throw up in front of Pendulette.
Okay. Well, I'm not saying fish, but do you think, oh, yeah, okay. All right. But did you eat it? That's the question. Did you eat it?
I did. It came out and I cut into it and I was like, this looks like it might be real fish.
Flaky, hey?
It was very flaky. It was so good. I take one bite and I'm like, this is awesome. And Penn's like, I know, right? I'm like, this is really, really good.
How do you make banana stuff flaky? It must be other stuff in it as well.
I would say it's probably closer to the consistency of jackfruit.
Okay, yeah.
You know, that sort of pulled pork kind of look. But it tasted a little bit like mushrooms.
Okay.
Like it didn't taste off mushrooms, but there was that kind of... Yeah, I love mushrooms.
Yeah.
So it was really good. And I didn't finish it only because it was huge.
Yeah. It looked like a big portion.
It was a big portion. As someone who's not used to eating big portions, then... But yeah, it was awesome. And Penn was like, so what do you do for work?
Hang on. No. We're not talking about work yet. We're still talking about these fish and chips. Because this is the information I need to know. All right? Okay. Now, for starters, the photo I saw, the chips look pretty average. So, all right? Not
they were good.
Okay, that's fine. Now, Pendulette's school of thought for eating fish and chips, this is back when he ate fish. He would talked about this, is you take a bite of the fish. Then you take the malt vinegar and you tip it inside this battered fish stuff. And then you bite again and then more malt vinegar. Was that the way to eat it?
That is not what he did.
Oh, no. What did he do? Did he just soak it in? Come on. Was there malt vinegar on the table?
There was malt vinegar on the table. I don't remember him putting it on before he started. I could be wrong.
Okay.
I think because I was distracted with my own thing.
All right.
But Mox went in to get something, and Mox picked up the malt vinegar, and it's like spilled it on their hands. He's like, I'm gonna go get a napkin. So Penn picks it up and like pours it in his chips.
Good, yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
And I looked at it and I was like, have you got enough vinegar?
No, there's no such thing as enough vinegar. I've talked at length of fish and chips etiquette on Ice Cream Social, right? I'm aware that there probably was not chicken salt, but the vinegar, there has to be so much malt vinegar. That is what makes it.
Yeah. So he did put a lot of vinegar on it.
Good. So that means by proxy, it's gotten on his fake fish. I'm okay with that.
Yeah. So he's asking, it's like, so what do you do for work? And I'm like, I work in anti-money laundering. He's like, I was like, it sounds cooler than it is.
Yeah.
He's like, so how so? And I'm like, this is what I do. I was like, I look at people's passports and stuff. And I was like, say if they're bad people. It's like, how did you get into that? Like, I have a law degree.
Yeah.
I was like, what?
Why are you drawing fucking postcards for me if you have a law degree? What the hell is going on here?
Pretty much. It's like, so you never, so you could just be a lawyer. So you're a lawyer. And I'm like, I'm about halfway to becoming a lawyer.
I love that Pendulette asks you the same questions that I ask you.
Yeah. So we were talking about that. It was very cute. And this conversation came up later. So I'm just going to skip ahead very slightly to Thursday. So after the show, I end up going out for dinner with Penn, Mox, and Glenn. Well, this is the same day because it's all Thursday.
Oh, this is all new information to me now. Oh, I don't know what to expect.
So we went out to a place called Don's Burger afterwards. And so we get to, Glenn comes over and we were talking about stuff. And Penn goes, did you know Brogan's a lawyer? And Glenn looks at me and I went, I have a law degree, I don't practice. And Mox just leans over and went, and you work for Matt Donnelly.
Yeah.
And I went, there's no accounting for taste.
Yeah. So,
and that's how the whole, I love and appreciate Matt Donnelly.
Oh, God.
Yeah. So the fact that Penn retained this information, so fucking cute.
That is, yeah. That's life. That is life goals. It is life goals.
Yeah. So I
can't even hate you anymore. It's...
So back to the fish and chips. So we finish it up and Penn's sitting there and goes, I want a vegan donut. There's a vegan donut place around here.
How does he know this? How does he know all this shit?
Because he has friends.
Okay.
He has friends in London.
Of course, Pendulette knows people.
I mean, don't forget, Neil Gaiman lives in London.
Yeah. Oh, you were that close to Neil Gaiman. Do you care for Neil Gaiman?
I love Neil Gaiman. There's this place called Donut Time. And then he looks at me and goes, if you can get us to Donut Time, I will pay for lunch. And I go, yes, sir. Absolutely, I can do that. And I salute him and he salutes back. Because that's my nervous thing. If I'm unsure, I just salute.
Yeah.
So I look up and I'm like, it is a 4-minute walk from here. I can get us there.
It's nothing.
Yep. So I get us there. We are stopped twice by people who are like, you're Pendulette.
I thought you were going to say by the popo.
No, by just people. Penn walks back and Moxie and I are like walking ahead and we're just chatting and, Penn's behind us. Penn has his iPad. Penn carries his iPad everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Which was awesome. He almost left it. So we had to move tables, like I say, because we were originally sat in the sunlight. And it's like, and he said to me, you watch that other table like a hawk and we're going to move there. And I was like, I fucking will, sir. So, it gets cleared up. We move over. And I'm like carrying everything. I pick up his iPad and he's like, thank you. I'm like, you're welcome.
And it's the giant motherfucker iPad, right?
Oh, it's the, if it hits you, it will cause damage.
It's
iPad.
I can only describe it as the Super Maxi Pro, that size.
It is bigger than my head. So we get to, I was like, it's the building that says donuts on it. And he's like, it says donuts. And I'm like, yeah, so we're looking at it. And I was like, whatever you want, it's on me.
Yeah.
I was like,
donuts.
It's like, I think,
donuts.
Yeah.
Donuts.
I was like, because he wouldn't let me pay at the Doctor Who museum. It's not like it's expensive. It's a $5 to get in.
I wasn't going to bring it up, but I honestly assumed that was the case.
Well, when they said to me on the phone, they were like, it's cash only. for the museum, but shop you can pay by card. I was like, that's fine.
Yeah.
So I specifically made sure that I had cash on me.
$15.
Yeah. Well, did they not fucking take Penn's card?
Oh.
I was like, because they were like, oh, it's so and so to get it. I was like, I've got it. And he literally put his arm out and like pushed me back.
Yeah.
And gave over his card. I was like, okay. So yes, I was like, Penn, whatever. He's like, I think I'm just going to go for the OGs.
Oh,
you got it, man.
So it wasn't a 24-pack of donuts then for Penn?
No, but the donuts are like that big. They were huge.
I saw the photo.
Oh, yeah. He got that. I got one that's called Ice Baby, which had like...
Oh, come on. Why not call it the Rob Van Winkle? Call it the Rob Van Winkle. Penn would have bought that.
All of them had like sort of donut pun names, but it had big, thick buttercream icing on it. It had cookie bits. It had brownie bits. It was good. And then afterwards, Penn was like, I think we're just going to go back to the theatre. Are you guys okay with that? And I'm like, I'm okay with that. And Mox is like, I'm going to take a nap.
Yeah.
I liked it. Mox was napping in the car. It was so cute. And Penn and I were talking about stuff. And I was like, do you miss having Godot on PSS? And he's like, I do.
Yeah.
I do.
It's his good friend.
Yeah. And we were chatting about him and about where he is and stuff.
About how we've never been able to meet Godot.
I know. I was like, because who knows where the fuck that man is nowadays? So, we get back to the theatre. They're like, you're coming up. Like, it wasn't even really a question. It's like, you're coming up.
Yeah. It's like when, going to see Piff.
You just, I was like, I said to Mox, I was like, I just follow you until you tell me to stop.
Yeah.
So we went in the back and Penn was like, you can come up to my room, but I'm going to be doing my Spanish stuff, or you can go down to Taylor's dressing room and have a nap.
Oh, gosh.
It'll be quieter.
Fuck. Yeah. How do you...
Mox decided to have a nap in Penn's dressing room.
Yeah.
So I was like, but we get up and there's like this huge pile of posters that they have to sign. They're like, oh my God.
Yeah.
So and Penn's like, you should take a video of us.
Were you there signing Penn Jillette on all the posters? Because it's not hard. You just do some scribbly shit in a peace sign.
I actually said, because Penn sat down, so there's like a desk bit and there's a table, like a sort of coffee table thing that had the posters on it. And Mox sits down at the guy was like, I've got to work now. And I went, is this how I find out that all the posters are actually signed by you? Yeah. And I went, no, I just help with the moving it.
So they sign, Mox moves, sign, Mox move.
Yeah. They've got a little rhythm going.
Yeah.
And Penn was like, you should take pictures and take a video for this.
Yeah.
I was like, I can do that.
You should do that as a PSS postcard if they talk about it on the show, because that would be great.
Well, that's the thing. I've got a couple of ideas from this that I'm like, if it's mentioned on PSS, it's becoming a postcard.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're doing that, and then Mox is like, I'm taking a nap, and Penn's like, you can stay here if you want. Totally fine. He's like, his only concern was like, look, I'm going to be doing Spanish, and stuff. So it's.
But was he?
I'm going.
Is it on Duolingo, or is he doing Spanish with Jandro? Or
he did have a phone call with Jandro.
Fucking hell.
I was like, I'm fine. I was like, I was like, I just want to have a nap with Mox, and Mox was like, come nap with me.
Yeah.
On the couch. I was like, there's not enough room for both of us on this couch. But I'm kicking myself. I should have taken my iPad, and I never. But that was also the day that one of the Elkton shows was happening.
Mm-hmm.
And I had, like, Jobeth hadn't sent me all the sponsors.
Oh.
So I'm like, and I said to Jobeth in the morning, I was like, I can get this done, but I'm with Penn and Mox, so this might take a while. He's like, no, it's fine.
Yeah.
And I looked at the time, I messaged Jobeth, and I was like, I genuinely don't know what this is going to be. I was like, I'm going to try something. I don't know if it'll work. Luckily, I'd saved the template of the booklet on Dropbox, so I could download that and edit the PDF on my phone.
I was going to say, worst comes to worst, you just recently sent me the PDF. You could have reached out to me. I could have sent you it.
Yeah. So there was that. Thankfully, I was like, to jump off, I was like, right, I don't have access to anything. I'm on my phone. These are the ones I need you to send me. He's like, right, okay. So I managed to get it on my phone, and he was like, that came out perfect. I was like, this is really good. This is a good experiment. This is good to know. So I'm sitting there working away on my phone. Mox is sleeping on the couch behind me. Penn's sitting doing on a call with Handro. And Erin comes in and it's like, hi. Oh, is Mox sleeping? And I
So
went,
who came in?
Erin. So Erin's the house manager.
Yep. Okay.
Erin's the, and then Glenn came in and it was like, oh, is Mox sleeping? I was like,
You're going to have to restart.
So that was really cool to just
restart from, and then Glenn came in.
And then Glenn came in and he's like, oh, is Mox sleeping? I was like, yeah. So that was really cute. So yeah, and like I say, Penn's Spanish is so freaking good. I was doing my absolute best not to eavesdrop.
Yeah.
I did have one headphone in because I said to you, I can't find the other one.
The other one's gone.
The other one's gone. And I didn't have my big headphones with me. So yeah, but his Spanish is so good.
Yeah.
Like hear him talk about it. And yeah, they were just very cute. And then, you know, it gets to like 6:30, so an hour before the show, and Mox wakes up. And I'm like, hi, sleepyhead. And he's like, hey, Mox. And I'm like, you're doing real cute. And Mox is like, do you want to get food? I was like, I can eat.
Like, obviously.
So, obviously. And Mox is like, I really want a garlic naan. And I'm like, I haven't had Indian in a long time. Let's go. So there's an Indian place that's like right behind the Apollo as well. So there's a couple of food places. There's Honest Burger. There's a couple of like coffee places, and then there's an Indian. So we go there, and they're like, "Oh, are you going to the show?" Like, yeah, but it's okay. We can cut it close. It's fine.
Yeah. we're fine. You can give us like 5 minutes before the show. We'll be right.
Pretty much. So that was really good. Pashwiri naan, which I love. I haven't had Pashwiri naan for ages.
You were meant to get me a Pashwini naan somewhere in Vegas, and we never did.
No, we didn't.
It'll happen.
Next time. So that was really good, you know. And then we walk back to the theatre, and there's like, so when we walk out, people start queuing at like 5:00 for 6:30 doors opening, which is insane.
I mean, it's a seated event.
Exactly. And the merch stand is never horrendously busy. You can always get drinks. There's like 4 bars. There's 3 bars downstairs and 1 bar upstairs.
I was going to say, I just assume these are the people who want to drink early, but if that's the case, maybe not.
I mean, I like to go in early because I like to get myself settled. And like yesterday, I had my iPad with me and could do a little bit of work.
Typically, we like to go early to a Penn and Teller show for the pre-show jazz. What's going on during the pre-show? Is there anything playing?
They're playing Jonesy's Jazz over the speakers.
So they've just got show before the show playing or something.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much. So there's still Jonesy Jazz, but it's not the same because it's not live. But so we get there and there's like nobody in the queue left. So we're like trying to go in. And as we're walking up, Mox is like, I don't think they'll let me in. And I'm like, what? And Mox is like, I don't have a ticket.
No. Oh, shit.
Like, but you're Penn's kid.
They don't know that.
And he went, yeah. No, they do. They do. They've seen because Mox is technically working.
Yeah.
You know, so
but like, Mox should have like a backstage laminate or something.
It does have a laminate, but he'd left it in his bag with Penn.
Oh shit.
So we're going in. So I've got my ticket that I actually can't find because I bought my tickets over 3 separate apps.
Yeah.
So I couldn't remember which one was that day's. God. And it happened to be the one that's not sitting on my Apple Wallet.
Yeah.
So yes, I'm struggling to find that. And we go up and Mox is like, hi, I'm Penn's son. Can I get in? And they're like, do you have a ticket? Oh no, they were like, do you have a ticket? And Mox is like, no, I'm Penn's son. My ticket holder's inside.
Yeah.
And they went, oh
shit, that's fucking toughie.
We can't let you in.
Yeah.
So I'm like, you have to go round. And Mox is like, it's fine, we'll go in the back.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I can't find my ticket, I'm going with Mox.
Yeah.
So which is good because it gave me time to actually like open up the app and sort as we're walking.
Yeah, work it out. To show the usher.
Yeah. So, and as we go through the doors into the theatre, we just hear, good evening. And I'm like, shit! Because obviously that's the start of Age Appropriate Escape.
Yeah.
So I like run down to one of the ushers and he's like, what are you looking for? And I'm like, my seat.
Where I
and
live.
He's like, okay, so where's your seat? And he's like, no sense of urgency about him at all.
Oh,
and I'm like, front stalls, row C, seat, whatever, 26 or whatever it was. And he's like, oh yeah, it's that one on the end. And I'm like, I picked an end seat. Thank you, Jesus.
Perfect. Yeah, not fucking around with anyone else.
Well, that was my genuine worry, was that I was going to have to like scoot in front of people.
Sorry. Ooh, no, pardon me. Oops, no, sorry. That was your foot. Didn't mean to. Yeah. I know this is probably the first time you've seen this. Sorry.
But that's the thing. And I'm like, I'm very aware that for a lot of people, this is the first and possibly only time they'll see Penn and Teller.
Yeah.
So, but no, so that was good. So we just made it in by the skin of our teeth. And it was an excellent seat to be in.
Yep.
And Mox texted me mid-show and it's like, meet me up by the clock when the show's over. I was like, cool. Because that's where all the VIP folk were gathering.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, and it was the one time I hadn't worn because bear in mind, I hadn't gone back to the hotel at any point. During this. So I didn't have any of my stuff. I didn't have the laminate either.
Mm.
And I didn't want to wear it when I was hanging out with Penn because that's weird.
Yeah.
So Mox kept teasing me, being like, where's your VIP pass? Get the fuck out of here. So I just looked really sad. And Mox was like, I love you, really.
Mm.
So yeah, went back, hung out, and then we went back out stage. Came back in the doors, and we're going up to the stairs to Penn's dressing room, and Mox turns around and is like, I just realised he's going to get changed. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to wait outside.
I'll stand by the door.
Yeah. So I just stand there and waiting on them coming back out. And I'm to the other side of the door than the way that they walk.
Mm-hmm.
So they walk out. I just go, where's Brogan? Did they get kicked out? I went, no, I'm here. And Penn goes, oh, you can come with burgers with us. And I'm like, I most certainly can.
Yes, I can, sir.
So Penn's doing the same thing, and he's like, Mox, go and grab us a table. It's like, yeah, we can do that. So we go and we sit down. The music's good. Mox is vibing. I've got videos of Mox vibing to the tunes.
Vibing or throwing shapes?
Both.
Okay.
And then Penn comes in, and then and again it's a table of 4. Mm-hmm. And he sits down and he goes, have we got a seat for Glenn? And I looked next to it and I was like, yeah.
Here we go.
It's like,
ta-da.
It's been a long day. And this is the same day that he's, set himself on fire. And Mox is like, you're a fucking idiot. And I'm like, be gentle. He's burned the brain cells he would have used to see that.
Exactly. So, he's inhaling lighter fluid. There's something wrong with him already. So come on.
I was like, this is day 4 in a row of inhaling lighter fluid. So, and then Glenn comes, and it's nice because it's the first time I've actually properly got to chat with Glenn. And because I tried to get him on Monday, I'd said to Mox, I was like, I want a picture of Glenn so I can use it for reference for doodles. And Mox was like, Glenn, come over here. He's like, I'm working. So before we're like, yes, you with the fucking tattoo.
First of all, I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
How much? I'm fine to go as long as you want to go. How much longer do you think you need to go?
We'll stop at the end of Thursday, and then I'll tell. What are we at?
We're at about 50 minutes. It's just that it's more of a statement than a question. And that statement is, do you think you could be the guest host of the Murder Party podcast for a bit?
I think I could be.
All right. Cool.
You're asking the Brogan question.
I'm asking the Brogan question, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. You're excused.
Yes.
Welcome to a very special edition of the Murder Party podcast. Your regular host is no longer with us. He hasn't died, he just has to pee. But I'm here, your favourite host of this podcast, unless you're my mother, whom I love and I am just teasing. So, the Murder Party podcast. And I don't know what to say. I hope Wayne edits this. I desperately hope Wayne edits this. Yeah. This is why I had to go to improv lessons with Paul Mattingly, because I can't do improv. I don't even know if you can hear me right now because I don't have a microphone. But the Murder Party podcast is brought to you by our friends Penn and Teller. It's the only thing I can see. I can't even do a fake advertisement. I'm still trying to talk like I'm on the Murder Party podcast. I just like saying Murder Party podcast. But yeah, I suck at this part of stuff. I will tell you, I don't know what I'm watching. I was watching Scrap Heap Challenge and then The Chase, and it was Family Fortunes, and it was old. It was like Les Dennis old. I'm now watching Dickinson's Real Deal. Is there anything interesting? They had, this is just going to be Brogan time. They had Evil Dead 2 on the Horror Channel last night when I was looking for something to watch as I went to sleep. So I got to watch that. That was awesome. I forgot how B-movie that one looks. Simpsons. Every time I see something like that, I always have to check that it's not something with the boys in it. There's nothing very much on. I missed the shark movie this morning. There was a shark movie on, and oh no, it doesn't. There's a shark movie on called The Megalodon, which isn't the Meg, but it had Michael Marsden from what was it called? Reservoir Dogs. And that concludes this very special edition of the Murder Party podcast.
I think I caught the end of that, and that was dogs.
It's no weird. Let me just tell you right now. That's I don't even know if that could be called Murder Party podcast.
I don't think look, this is inside baseball here. I don't think any Murder Party podcast episode is ever Murder Party podcast.
That's all right. It was Brogan's vamping hour.
Yeah.
Where we learned why Brogan had to go to improv lessons.
Okay. It's just between you and me. There's never any details about the Murder Party podcast murders. Okay. I don't know where we were.
Glenn Alai.
Yes.
Glenn Alai. So I don't know. Mox actually eats meat. So Mox had real fish and chips when we had lunch.
Oh, really?
And had a real burger.
And eats fish.
We were there.
Ew.
Yeah. But Penn got a plant burger. And, I already had the Indian stuff. Mox can just eat. Mox is a literal twig, a stick. A tall and thin human being. Like
Mox is a growing boy. Mox has the capability to just fucking eat.
Mox is 100% Penn's double.
Yeah.
100%. That's going to be a lanky boy. But Mox was like, I'm always hungry. I was like, I'm so jealous of your metabolism. I look at food and put on weight. So yeah, because we'd already had Indian stuff. I was like, I'm just going to get chips. And Glenn was like, I'm just getting chips. So
Glenn,
I was like, I'm on Glenn Alai's
after your own heart.
He is. So we were chatting about stuff, and like I say, Penn was like, "Oh, Brogan's a lawyer," and Glenn looks at me, and I'm like, "Kind of, but not really."
Yeah.
And we were laughing about Matt Donnelly. I profess my my undying love for Matt Donnelly.
I love how everyone, Matt Donnelly is just the fucking butt of every joke for everybody in the Penn and Teller organization.
He really is. And we were just talking about Matt, and I'm like, I was like, but I'm a Matt Donnelly apologist.
Yes.
And Mom's just like, a Matt Donnelly apologist, what the fuck? And like, it says that in all of my bios. I'm like, I will defend Matt Donnelly to the hilt.
He is a totally real and existing person. And 100%. He should be apologized for, frankly. Wait, is that right?
That's, that puts you on the Glenn and Penn and Moxie and Penn and Teller butt of the joke side of Matt Donnelly. It's like, yes, you should be apologising for Matt Brogan. Yeah. I will. I fucking will. But yeah, so profess my undying love for Matt Donnelly. And I turned to Glenn and I was like, Glenn, I need a picture of you for reference because I want to do doodles. And Penn just bursts out laughing. And Glenn's like,
was he laughing at the word doodles?
Possibly. He just heard, I think, because obviously we'd been talking about the fact that I do art stuff. I think he just heard me. He was like, I want to draw.
Yeah.
Oh, that was the other thing, because when we sat down, Glenn was like, so have we figured out why you don't draw glasses on Penn yet?
Yeah.
And I was like, and I showed him a picture. I was like, this is why, because when I originally started drawing it, it looked stupid.
Yep.
And Glenn was like, it looks fine.
Yeah,
And
you've got an image in your head already of what it looks like to you, and the glasses. Yeah, it's not as bad as you like. It's not bad at all. So
I've since fixed it. I since fixed the way I drew glasses. My big issue with Penn's glasses is that they are thin, round glasses.
Yeah,
it's thin wires.
Yep.
With stuff like Mox's glasses, with Glenn's glasses, even the thick frames. Yeah. They're obviously glasses.
They're those government state-issued glass frames. That's what they are.
Yeah, but with Penn, it can look a bit like round eyes with pupils in the middle. It can look a bit starry-eyed.
Don't get me wrong.
Fixed.
I understand your conundrum with glasses. That's why, for me, glasses are still just full-size eyes with a line in between and maybe some arms. Yeah.
I think I've since having that conversation with Glenn, I have played around with it. I have fixed the reference and posted it.
Yep.
Posted it to Twitter and tagged Penn. Like, the post was... the first thing Glenn Alai ever said to me was, "Hi, draw glasses on Penn." It's always looked weird, but I've done it before. But I've been practicing. Penn Jillette now has glasses. Who am I to argue with the long-suffering Glenn?
Yeah, exactly.
And Penn replied, "Well, I do wear glasses. That looks like me."
There you go. That's good enough.
Like, yeah, fair enough. So it has the Penn seal of approval.
So, quick question. So Teller is following you on Twitter. Wait, you said you posted on Twitter or Instagram?
Twitter and Instagram, but Twitter, yeah.
And is Penn now following you on Twitter?
No.
Penn, I know you listen. I know you're listening right now because you listen to everything that your name is mentioned in. Oh, wait, no, you don't. Never mind.
I mean, I don't know. I'm not too worried because usually if I need Penn for anything, I'll speak to Moxie.
Exactly, yeah.
You know.
Or Laura,
Penn already likes
Glenn,
and retweets, or Glenn. Penn already likes and retweets stuff that I do, so I'm not too down about that. And the Twitter follow for Teller is a much more sought after prize. Teller followed me before he followed Brian Brushwood, so I think I would.
Brian. Okay. I'm saying that, but I'm also not followed by a Teller, so. Brian is now. Damn it.
Brian is now. Which is hilarious to me because the tweet that got him the follow was, "I'm going to do push-ups.
Yes,
I'm going to do push-ups for every retweet of the world's greatest con tweet." and then Teller followed her, and I messaged Brian and said, "I can't believe that's the one that got you the Teller follow." He's like, "Are you fucking serious? I didn't even notice. That's hilarious."
Hang on, how come we've never reached out to Brian to fucking come on Hey Buddy Nice podcast?
We should.
We should. Anyway.
He's got shit to talk about.
Yeah.
So yes, I said to Glenn, I was like, I want to do doodles of you. And I'd already tried to do one based off a really old reference, based off other templates. And I was like, it just doesn't look right. I don't know what's wrong with it, but I need an updated reference and I need it there. Because I try and get it when I can take my own reference pictures, I take it from different angles.
Yeah.
So I took a couple of pictures of Glenn, and he was like, "Do me a favor, just do it from memory." And I put my hand on his shoulder and went, "Glenn, I already tried. It looked so bad, bud. It looked so bad."
Well, I wonder why would he be like that? Just try and do it from memory.
I think because he doesn't like his picture getting taken.
Maybe.
But he
thinks
he
you're
was a good
stealing
lad.
his soul. That's what it is.
He was a good lad. He did sit there and let me take 3 pictures of him from different angles.
Glenn, we're just going to need you to sit still while we do a 3D scan of your entire head.
And the best, I completely forgotten about this. So on Tuesday, I get the days mixed up because the first show was on Tuesday.
The days are unimportant.
Yeah. So the first show, the VIP thing, going downstairs. Like I say, I'm following Moxie, so I'm like, and Moxie's like, "All right, we're going back to the hotel," and I'm like, "Oh, cool, I'll catch you later." But they were talking about getting in the car, and Moxie's like, "I don't need to sit in the full seat. I just sit half a seat. You know, I'm just half a person." Glenn turned around to Moxie, put his hands on both his shoulders, and went, "You're a whole person.
Oh.
You are a whole person." And I was like, I want that as a motivational poster.
Yeah.
So I now have, I will send this to you and I will post this later. I now have a motivational poster for Glenn Alai, or rather, I have a doodle of Glenn Alai with the quote, "You are a whole person."
Come on. You know what you're saying, surely. Doodle is slang for something, right? Is that a thing in the UK and Scotland? No. Okay, so you know how in England, if you hear a slang word,
is this going to be like the Poundland thing?
In England, if you hear a slang word and you don't know what it means, it is clearly slang for male genitalia.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I've never heard that.
That's why I think Penn was laughing, because you said doodle.
Oh.
That's all.
Yeah. I never thought about it.
You keep saying it. Which is fine.
Because drawing isn't quite right for what I'm doing. Drawing implies that I'm doing serious stuff.
Doodling is still the correct terminology, but it's also funny.
Yeah. So yeah, I sent you the whole person.
That's not the Glenn Alai that I know. That's not the Glenn. I don't know Glenn Alai. That's not the Glenn Alai I know from photos I've seen of Glenn, because they are so scarce and so old on the internet that of what I've seen.
I've also sent you the reference picture I used.
Yeah, see, that's not what Glenn Alai looks like to me from what I've seen online.
Exactly. And that was why I was like, I need a reference. I also need to find Laura. I think Laura's avoiding me so she doesn't have to get a reference picture taken.
Yep.
And it's like, I'll just get Mox to take a picture of you.
Yeah.
You can't escape me.
Yeah. There is no hiding.
So watch out for appearances from Glenn in future postcards.
Yep.
Where appropriate. And possibly animatics. The big thing I want to do is a specific animatic I have in my head that I've wanted to do forever. It's a big one. I don't know if I'll ever get around to it, but I like to know that I've got the ability to do it. I have the reference photos to be able to do it.
Yeah.
So that was awesome, hanging out with them and stuff. And again, Glenn reaches over to and pays the bill before I can even blink, and I'm like, what the fuck, man?
That's going to happen literally every fucking time. These people
I know,
have some coin. I know,
but it makes me feel bad.
I know, yeah.
So yeah, that was Thursday. That was the greatest day of my life.
Yeah.
And the fact that, when we were left, he was like, Penn was like, good to see you, Brogan. I was like, it was good to see you, dude, sir. It was very good to see you too and hang out with you, sir. Thank you for remembering my name.
See, now we had a few episodes of our Vegas recap, right? And I was there for all of Vegas, basically. Mm-hmm. And so to me, us doing those shows was just podcasting, right?
Yeah.
This right now, this and the previous one, it is like I am a cheese bag getting to listen to this. And I mean it in the best way possible. It's I always worry that people aren't interested in this kind of stuff, but I mean, I'm enjoying the fuck out of this. So
we are recording this on Sunday. I have one show left to do.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what I'm doing for the rest of the day yet, but so there will be, because I still have to take my stuff to get signed.
Of course, yeah, there'll be more. Yeah. So
I will be joining the queue tonight when Glenn and Moxley bring everybody back. Usually I just sit to the side, and let the people go through their VIP queue, and then it's like, okay, Brogan, come with us. I'm like, okay. No, tonight I will be like in the queue at the end and be like, hi guys. You forgot to sign my poster on Monday.
Are you
Tuesday.
Doing it the same way that we do the PIF queue, where you're just going to hang back at the end and then more people come along and then you get to the back of the queue and to the back of the queue to the back of the queue?
That was the plan.
Yeah.
But so it kind of works out like that anyway. The way it works with the VIPs, they bring them in groups. Mm-hmm. So it's like groups of 10 maximum. Yeah. And when they're done, they go out through the door and empties out.
Yeah.
So I'll be in the last group to go in anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll just I'll let everybody else in before me regardless.
Yep.
So I'll be at the back of the queue anyway.
Yeah.
So, but I did see Penn signing other stuff, not just posters.
Yeah. Well,
so
people,
I'll be like, can I have a favor?
Yeah.
Honestly, it's the perfect opportunity to get the signature for tattoos, but I
don't have the time or cash to do it. Yeah.
No. So.
Yeah.
But yeah. But I have more stories that I will talk about later.
Okay. If you want to save them for a part 3, you can.
I think there should be a part 3 because we're going to have to come back to it anyway.
Yeah. And what are we at now? It's got to be midday at the time.
20 past 1.
Oh, okay. Yeah. You probably got things to do. You probably got.
I want to have a wee wander before the last day.
Yeah.
And I need to pack up.
Well, yeah. All right. Well, I'm looking forward to part 3, or I don't know how much of how much do you think it's going to take up of the next episode, part 3? Do you reckon
it'll probably end up taking up the whole episode?
Good. That's good for me. I look forward to it. So once again, dear cheese bags, look, for more photos, more information, and on Brogan's big London Penn and Teller adventure, it's at 7 Billion Needles, and maybe a little bit on at NicePodBud. On social medias, of course.
Yeah.
Not just like, you can't just like put that into like your word processor and it will pop up. It's not going to work. Word processor.
Maybe if you write it 3 times. Maybe if you say it 3 times in the mirror.
That's when Brogan appears and I believe stabs you to death.
That's on the list of things to talk about next episode, by the way.
Okay. On that note, thanks for stopping by and having a listen.
As always, stay fresh, cheese bags.